We're live. So it's Thursday, and you know what that means. One Piece chapters keep dropping on Thursdays. It used to be on Fridays, every day, every week, and there's been a break week this time. So we are beyond excited to know what happens. I know the spoilers are out as usual. I haven't read the spoilers, and um, but I know that something big is going to happen. That much I know. All right. So as always, as usual, if you're in the chat, if you're joining, then please drop by in the comments. So last week it was brought to my attention by my wife that some of you had actually commented in the live stream chat, but they neither dropped up, they neither popped up in the live stream chat, and I also did not get any notification about it. So I'm really sorry to those who commented, who dropped by in the comments, because I couldn't respond to you either by acknowledging you or even replying to you, because even after the live stream ended I could not reply because it was in the live stream chat, not in the usual YouTube chat. So anyway, hey Santida, hi buddy, hi there. All right, so let's start. So chapter 1077. So it's not dropped by TCB scans this time. It's not out yet. TCB scans hasn't dropped the chapter yet, but it's in another website that I found. I think it's OP scans, or I'm not sure. But the website I'm reading from is mangaversus.fr. All right. Chapter 1077. Should have noticed sooner. Okay. So is this something about a reveal about who is the traitor in Egghead Island? Or it could be something else, like something that should have been obvious earlier but wasn't obvious, like in any sort of mystery stories. The villain, or the big bad, or maybe someone who is like the main antagonist, the reason they were actually the antagonist, that maybe could not have been noticed sooner, but still when the hints come, it feels like, oh, we should have noticed this, something like that. So in the cover page, Caesar and Judge, they are thinking of Vegapunk and then saying, come to think of it, it was actually Vegapunk who got in our way. Okay, so they actually also can relate to the title, like should have noticed sooner. So they were also thinking at that time, like we're getting the flashback of German Double Six's cover story. So it's obviously not in the present. So they are thinking that it was actually, or no, it is in the present. So in the present time, or at least a few weeks ago or a few days ago, when they met after like a lot of years, and they realized that it was actually Vegapunk who got in their way. So it's not like they were at odds with each other because of themselves, but because of Vegapunk, things fell apart, right? So something like that, that's what I'm guessing. So there are some theories that Vegapunk himself is evil, means still a body. So I do support that. So that could be a really nice way to tie in the cover story, the title, and the actual plot event that's gonna happen. I'd be the happiest if that happens. If Vegapunk, if the original Vegapunk, the old man Vegapunk, turns out to be evil. Egghead Fabio? Why is it Fabio? It's Fabrio, right? I think it's a translation error. You people, what is Sentomaro thinking? You all need to get off this island. What? What's going on, Sir Sentomaro? So these are the research assistants of Vegapunk. Just what is happening on this island? Why are there pacifistas deployed all over the island? So the research assistants are questioning all these. Long ago, there was this land called O'Hara. So Sindamaro is spilling the beans about O'Hara. One day it just vanished off the world map. So Sindamaro is thinking that it's going to be a similar thing is going to happen in Egghead because they defied the world government. So Sanjita says, why Vegapunk needs to be evil? Because there are a lot of hints, and is at least one traitor among the Vegapunks. So it could be the main body himself that is evil, right? Because he has 6 parts. He has split his body into 6 parts. So So the seraphim are actually like robots, right? So they are genetically engineered human beings made from the DNA of the Shichibukai and also Lunarians. So you've caught up to the anime, so you know that Lunarians are people like King, right? You know that they have almost been extinct. At least King is one person, one Lunarian we know that who is still alive. So even King's Lunarian DNA was extracted and put into the Seraphim. So that's why the Lunarian wings, they have a lot of defensive mechanism, and they are very adaptable. They're very, very, very durable. So anyway, I was saying that at least one person is evil. So we don't know. We don't know who is evil. Yes, there's a hint that Sanjay is Lunarian, but it's not confirmed. But it's probably the case that Judge used Lunarian DNA when he made the Germa. I mean, when not the Germa, but the Vinsmokes. Besides Reiju, so Ichiji, Niji, and Sanji, and also Yonji. So these four are probably all of them have Lunarian DNA, right? Probably. All right. Sora. So that's a good point because Sora. Do you know the meaning of Sora? It means sky, like Surajima, Sky Island. And also, do you remember there was even in One Piece there was a manga. I mean, there was an illustration book called I don't remember the name of the illustration book, but Sora was the villain of that book. So it's propaganda, right? So probably Sora was good. The world government was bad. Most of them are bad, evil, right? They're portrayed as evil. But then the world government airs that show where Sora is the evil person, and the Germa Double Six, they are the heroes of that of that show, and they are like Powerpuff Girls. Okay, so they beat down on Sora and Sora's other minions. So that's the um, no, not actually Jarma, but there are other superheroes. I don't remember the name, but they are they resemble John the Jarma resemble them. So they're like superheroes portrayed by the world government. So Sora, the name of that villain, the so-called villain is Sora, but then Sanji's mother is also called Sora. So I think that is very relevant. I don't think that is just a coincidence. So it could be that Sora herself. Yeah, because why did Judge like marry her and have children with her? Because he's probably like Endeavor from My Hero Academia, because he picked and chose Sora probably, or we don't know. Maybe he loved her. I don't know. Changed after a big event happened in his life. Changed after he lost to Kaido. Like Luffy changed after Sabaody, after Marineford, right? So maybe a big event happened to change Judge, or maybe Judge was evil from the start, or quite evil at least to some extent from the start, and he picked and chose Sora and married her so that he could have children with her DNA, right? It could be. There's some hint that that is the case, but it's not confirmed. So I do think that Sora is at least significant. If so, maybe she is a Lunarian, but maybe not. But at least she is significant. Or if she's not significant because of her DNA, then at least Judge was good at one time and he loved Sora. But then after a big event, he changed into being the heartless human being that he is, because he thinks that emotions are unnecessary. He thinks that emotions are weaknesses. Or maybe he controlled the North Blue, right? For about how many years? Maybe a year. He controlled the North Blue. Do you remember? So maybe something happened about how he lost control of the North Blue, because the North Blue is also called the most powerful blue, right? Sanji is from there. Law is from there. So moving on, an Ohara incident refresher. Okay, so it's like the Oda is himself refreshing us, the readers, about what happened in Ohara. It's literally written an Ohara incident refresher. Oh, isn't that breaking the fourth wall? So we see Dereshishishi, we see Saul, we see Nico Raven, we see her mother Olvia, Aokiji, and of course Professor Clover, and two people in the back, and one of them looks like Big Mom, little Big Mom. But of course, it's not Big Mom because that was just 22 years ago, and Big Mom wouldn't have been so small, so young. So that is probably, most probably not Big Mom, but it does resemble her. So, on the island of O'Hara, which had the world's largest historical library, the island scholars and other residents who decided to decipher the poneglyphs, which were forbidden by the world government, all lost their lives to an attack by the Marines. The lone survivor was a young girl named Nico Robin. So Sentamaro is saying all that. Them going after old man Peng, the smartest man in the world, means they've weighed all the possible consequences and decided it's time to erase him. Exactly, because I was thinking that why are they targeting Vegapunk? Because Vegapunk has done so much for the world government. He has created the pacifistas, he's created the seraphim. So why are they all of a sudden trying to dispose of Vegapunk? It's probably because Vegapunk has done very, very, very big things, like irredeemable things according to the world government. Maybe he knows about Im, right? If so, then an incident much